avoid any confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways and learn to love us. All who oppose, all who oppose.
Well, hello there. So today I'm going to be discussing the Avalon ICO. So Avalon is gotten from the French word, which means the Isle of Apples or the Isle of Trees. Now, in the story of King Arthur, for all the King Arthur fans, this one for you. The story of King Arthur, it is said that Avalon is the place where King Arthur's sword was forged. So there we have Avalon, the ICO, coming to say they're drawing the sword to slay consumers' biggest dragon. Let's find out. So Avalon, also called AVA, is an ERC20 token on the Ethereum network. The products and use cases of Avalon is that it intends to be an affinity group platform. Now, what's an affinity group platform, you say? Now, an affinity group platform is a platform that provides a chance for people to come together, or consumers in this case, to come together and provide their purchasing power to be able to work together. So 2 to 3 people combine their purchasing power to be able to make a purchase. Now they intend to be just like AAA or ARC Europe. Now some of the things you could expect to find on this AVA platform are to provide a meeting place for both the consumers and the vendors, where they will meet and they'll be able to find a middle point. Now, the vendors produce discounts, promotions, surveys, and so on and so forth for the consumer base, and the consumer uses these services and products and discounts and gets incentivized in AVA tokens and also gets discounts due to the AVA platform. Now, it also stands to advocate on behalf of cryptocurrency community. Now, they say the cryptocurrency community is seen as an illicit way of making money move around, or so on and so forth. So the AVA platform intends to change the mind of the general public on the cryptocurrencies as an advocate for cryptocurrencies. They intend to award donations to different causes. If you have a case you want to plead forward or a project you want to set up, you could go through the AVA platform and get donations if your case is accepted as a valid one. Now, also enables cryptocurrency exchanges. The white paper states that it's not going to be in the form of trading, but it's going to be a peer-to-peer exchange between members of the platform called the private party Advocation, where I set up my transaction on what I want to sell or buy. Another person sets up that he's ready to buy, and we have an escrow in between us to make these transactions in a safer manner as stated by the white paper. Also, micro-crowdfunding for projects on the platform. Now, the platform intends to have these different forums where you get people coming together to discuss, and it intends that when people get discussions, they could get micro-crowdfunding on the platform to be able to provide their different needs into different projects, which sounds like a good idea. Next, we have the team. Now, this team consists of 10 major people, and a lot of skeptics will say the team is kind of lacking in big names or big minds out there like Vitalik and so on and so forth. But maybe this team is consisting of Vitaliks in making. You never know. So we have the top major team members right on the front page here, and next we have the advisors. Okay, we have 2 different advisors, one on the technology advising system and one on the system analysis advisor. And then we have the brand ambassador, which is a very big thing for some people. The brand ambassador is John Fitch. Now, if you don't know who John Fitch is, he is a martial artist. Now, he has won a couple of them, and it's a black belt, so don't get in his way. Next, the community. So the community was found, I found the community to be in 2 different places, Facebook and Twitter. Now on Facebook they had 601 followers, and on Twitter they had 1,780 followers. There were quite a number of posts on both, and the community from the developer side seemed more active as they posted regularly and made updates. But the consumer community seemed a bit weak from my point of view. Now, next, the most important part, the token economics. Now, on the white paper, it states that this token intends to create a capped number of 10 million tokens. Now, these 10 million tokens are going to be divided equally between the contributors during the crowdfunding. Now, on the crowdfunding, we intend to see 87% of these coins being released to the general public, which means 8,700,000 AVA tokens will be released to the general public. Now, I didn't find how much the ICO intends to raise, but the ICO stated that it intended to raise a minimum of 35% of the tokens being sold, which meant that in total, if all the coins were sold at the price of $1.03, we should have $8,961,000 raised. But if 30% of these tokens are sold, we should have 3,136,350 sold. So what about if these coins are not completely sold, or if the 30% is not reached? Now, if the 30% is not reached, the ICO will be annulled and refunds will be given to all the participants of said ICO. Now, if 30% and above is reached, the rest of the coins are to be kept in a cold storage wallet for the intervals of 183 days of two different sets, and during that time it should be decided if another crowdfunding should be held, or if the coins should be burnt and the number sold should be used on that. Now, this crowdfunding accepts currencies in Ethereum at the moment, and will intend to accept more in Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies once the ICO is over and the platform is up and going. Next, we have the crowd sale and different levels. Now, on this platform, we have people allocated into different levels according to their different hierarchy of payments. Now, people with very big donations into the crowd sale will get the platinum level membership. Now, the platinum level membership will also be demarcated into different levels, in which the first 50 top donators get into the alpha early access, and the rest gets like secondary entry into the platform. Now, also we have the annual dues of the people on this platinum level being waived off. So anyone on the platinum level gets his dues waived off. The GPO cards, which are these plastic cards that are going to be issued to every member of the Avalon platform, will be sent and issued free of charge for anyone on the platinum level. And these general giveaways that happen on a daily basis or on a regular basis on the platform will be given to these people on this membership on an automatic basis. So automatically get entry into giveaways without having to stress on it. Now, what about if you're on gold? You will be a person who is considered to have donated up to $1,000, and you will get also automatic giveaways, but you will not get access into the platinum only forum, which will be the only forum which a person under the gold will not be allowed to get access into. Now, also you get your first year dues waived off, and you serve as the second line after those on the platinum level. Now, those on silver are those considered to have donated less than $1,000 and will get in onto the beta access, and will have to get in on manual entries into all giveaways during the process of the platform. So next, the roadmap. Now, the roadmap seems to have been set out elaborately into different quarters of the year. Now, on the third and fourth quarter of this year, we expect to see the crowd sale and also hiring of new workers, setup of the platform, vendor outreach, and platform development. Now, as the year 2018 comes to beginning, we expect to see in the first quarter platform development, mobile app development, and the hard vendor outreach, which means they're going to go out getting to make sure vendors come in and produce products for the member base. Now, also in the first quarter, we should expect to see the release of the alpha access, which will be given to only the first 50 highest donators to the platform. Next, we will have the beta access in the second quarter, which will follow with more development on the platform and giveaways to the members, the first giveaways. Then in the third quarter, we should expect to see a fully operational platform, and up to 5,000 discounted products and services should be listed on the platform for the member base. Now, finally, as the year comes to a close, we should expect to see official launch of up to 10,000 discounted products and services. Now, 2019 seems to be the year of everything happening for Avalon, in which we have the magazine issuance, which is going to be the solid part of the cryptocurrency, they say, because in the digital world, it's helpful to have a magazine to look at to be for the cryptocurrency, just like looking at an oil and gas magazine. It should just be that way, getting a monthly issuance of cryptocurrency magazine, but will only be given to those who make address or location information available to the platform. Then we should also have the first annual meeting at Tampa, Florida, which sounds like a good idea for discussions and getting people to meet each other, not just on the forums, but in an open, controlled environment where you meet people that you have like minds with. And then finally, up to 25,000 of products should be available on the platform by this time. Now, in conclusion, the advantages we have are, first of all, the world use cases and possibility. Good coin economics, as it gives most of the tokens to the contributors, and then it is capped with a small quantity of tokens produced and that will ever be produced. Now, next, set up roadmap, which does not sound like a fairy tale. The roadmap is set up in set amount of time, which might give the platform a chance to produce their proposed arguments. Finally, the disadvantages. We have the team seems to be lacking, as big names are not heard or seen on this ICO, which kind of gives a lot of investors a red flag or not wanting to invest because of lack of big names. Then no active platform yet apart from the demo, but the demo could also be seen as an advantage, as it gives people a feel of what could be and should be as the time goes by. And last but not least, it seemed to have a weak community base, which meant there were not much people coming into to talk about different things happening on it. So that has been my review on the Avalon ICO. Remember that everything stated on this video is not investment advice, but helps you to just make better and informed decisions for the future. Thank you very much, and if you like this, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and do subscribe. Peace out.